All right, we're going to talk about surface area of a three-dimensional figure. And so when we talk about the surface area, we're talking about all of those faces added up together, like the area of each one of them. And so first, let's just review some shapes for you. And I'm going to attempt to draw some here. It will not be a very good attempt, but hopefully you'll get an idea. So this is a cylinder, like a can. Okay. And if we have a cube, and a cube is made up of squares. And if you can sort of look at that and see the different faces on that cube, you can see that a cube has got 6 faces. And that's the flat surfaces, if you don't know what a face is. Okay, then we could have, let's see. So this, then you can see the faces on here are not the same same lengths. So this would be a rectangular prism. And so if you look at those, edges, the faces there, it has 6 faces, but they're all different sizes. So you want to keep that in mind also. Then we can have, let's see, a triangle. And that's a triangular prism. And so just notice that we've got these base shapes. So the base shape of a triangular prism is a triangle, even though the faces there on those sides are actually rectangles. You've got 3 rectangles and 2 triangles sort of combined together there for a triangular prism. Notice on the rectangular prism you've got 6 basically 6 rectangles going on to add up all that surface area. Let's see, what else do we need to know? Different shapes here. So we have pyramids, but I'm going to skip the questions on pyramids right now. But you have pyramids that have different shapes. So I could have a pyramid that has a rectangular bottom on it, and so let's see, I'm not going to be good at drawing these because some of those back ones should be. So that's a rectangular pyramid. Now you could have all different kinds of pyramids. So if I wanted to make one that has a base of a triangle and have, okay, I'm really bad at the triangle ones. Oh, really bad. Triangular pyramid. You notice it has the base shape of a triangle. And you can also have cones, which have a circle for their bottom, their base shape. And then you also can have a sphere. Like a basketball would be a sphere. All right, so you're really looking to see what's that base shape that is for that surface area. Now, the formula for any of these kind of shapes for the surface area in your book is going to have it different than what I'm telling you. So just go with mine. All right. And it's going to be a bunch of letters here, but then we'll explain what all these letters mean. Okay, so S is for surface area. So the surface area. The big P stands for the perimeter of the base shape. So notice if we say it's a cylinder, then the base shape of a cylinder is a circle, so that is circumference. Or the perimeter, the base shape of a cube or rectangular prism is going to be that square, that rectangle. So we just add up all those sides. The perimeter of a triangle, you're adding up all those sides. So you're always looking for that base, the base shape, the shape that goes all the way through the object. That's the perimeter. Okay, so H is the height of the object, and then 2 times the B, so the big B stands for the area of the base shape. So you have to know how to calculate the perimeter and the area of something before we can use this formula. So that is what we are going to be using. All right, so let's do a few examples, and it just takes a little bit of calculations here to sort of find some of these. Let's do a rectangular prism first. Let's see. All right, so this is like, I'm going to put a label on a cereal box or something like that. It's what I might, use this information for. All right, so we have that. Let's see. We're going to say this one is 3 inches tall. Say it's 8 inches this way and 15 inches this way. All right, so if we're using S is equal to the perimeter of the base shape times the height plus 2 times the base. Okay, so let's first look at the perimeter of the base shape, and I'm going to use different colors. So capital P is our perimeter of our base shape. Well, here is the base shape. Well, remember, perimeter is all that added together. So if this side here is 8, we also know that this one is 8. So that's 8 plus 8. And then we know these two sides are both 3 inches because it should match this one. So that one's 3, this one's 3. So 3 plus 3. Perimeter is adding up all those sides. So we know capital P then is going to be 22. Okay, so then what is the height of this object? Well, the height would be this length that goes the rest all the way through. So think about the height is how tall is this base shape, that perimeter of that base shape. How tall does it go? Well, it goes 15 inches. Okay, so then we've got 2, and then, whoops, I need to change colors. So then we've still got to calculate the capital B, which is the area of that base shape. Well, if I use this 8 and 3 for the perimeter of that base shape, the area of that base shape, remember, is length times width. Let me put that here, length times width. And so we're going to say that's 8 times 3, which is 24. Okay, so now we've defined some of those. So now we're ready to go calculate this surface area for this rectangular prism. So S is capital P, which we said was 22. Let me just rewrite the formula. 22 times H, which we decided was 15, plus 2 times the area of the base, which was 24. Okay, so now, and yes, you are welcome to use calculators on some of this. We're going to say 22 times 15 is 330, plus 2 times 24 is 48. So let's add those together. The total surface area would be 378 inches of that rectangular prism. Okay, let's try maybe a triangular prism. Let's see if we can do one of those. All right, let me get some figures here. Let's say this is 6 meters. This is 8 meters. This is 5 meters. And then remember, the height of these triangles has to be that perpendicular line, not that slant line. So let's say that one is 4 meters. Okay, so here they're telling us the slant is 5, but the height of it, of the base shape, is 4. Okay, so this is where you can sort of get confused. Let's rewrite our formula and then go start solving. So remember that base shape on this one is a triangle. All right, so P, the perimeter of the triangle, is going to be all those sides added together. Well, remember then, if this is 5, then this one also has got to be 5, and then this is 6. So 5 plus 6 gives us a capital P of 16. Okay, the height of the shape, the whole shape, the height of that is this, 8. Then the area of the base shape, and remember, area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So what's the base of that triangle? Would be this, 6, times the height of the triangle, which is this line here, 4, and divided by 2. Well, 6 times 4 is 24, divided by 2, so that is 12. Okay, so B is 12. So now let's go fill out the entire formula now that we've calculated all these. So surface area is capital P, which we determined was 16, times the height of the shape, which is 8, plus 2 times the area of that base, which is the area of that little end triangle. Okay, so 16 times 8 is 128, plus 2 times 12 is 24. So the surface area is 152 inches, or no, meters. That's what we're in. Okay, and so that's how much it would take to get, to wrap that whole thing with a label or with wrapping paper or anything like that. Let's see, I think most of your homework is going to be these two, either a cube or a rectangle or a triangular prism. So the hardest part is making sure you just come up with a P, come up with the B's, and solve for those first before you put it all in the formula.